Hi, everyone. Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech. And we have some leaks and rumors regarding iOS 27. iPhone 18 could be a downgrade this year, as well as the iPhone Ultra. This is your Apple recap for May 6th, 2026. Now, when it comes to iOS 27, we are about a month away from seeing iOS 27 at the Worldwide Developers Conference here. If I go to it here, we are a month away from seeing iOS 27. It is going to be on June 8th, 2026, and it will take place at 10 a.m. Pacific time, WWDC, where we're going to see iOS 27, iPadOS 27, macOS 27, I don't know what they're calling it, and all the other updates. So what we can see within iOS 27, well, we are expected to get updates to visual intelligence. It is rumored that iOS 27, you could be able to scan different nutrition labels and different things like that. So you'll be able to scan nutrition labels, and also you'll be able to scan when you scan nutrition labels, you'll be able to put them directly in the Health app. You can also scan addresses and phone numbers and add them straight into the Contacts app. Also in iOS 27, we're expected an update to tab groups where it will name those tab groups, categorize different tab groups based off of what you have inside of it. So, for example, I name these tab groups randomly. Though, say if you have a website where you go do a lot of shopping, or if you're on Apple, a lot of the times the tab group will auto-name itself based off of what's in it. That could be a new feature with Apple Intelligence in iOS 27. Now, as far as when we can expect iOS 27, we are pretty much going to expect it on June 8th. We're going to have betas all throughout pretty much the entire summer, with a public release sometime, I would say, around the week of September 14th. And then have the iPhone 18 models release on September 18th. So we are expected some really nice updates, but iOS 27 is pretty much going to be a minor update. It's not going to bring a ton of features. What we're getting so far is Apple Intelligence updates with Apple Intelligence, and hopefully we get a liquid glass slider. A lot of people want to see this. I want to see it as well. A liquid glass slider within iOS 27. Now, as far as what to expect with the iPhone 18, well, we are definitely still expecting the iPhone 18. However, there was some recent leaks that suggest the iPhone 18 could be a slight downgrade this year. Now, I've done some research on this, some of the rumors said that the iPhone 18 could share the same design or part of the same components with the iPhone 17e. And I'm really hoping Apple does not go that route. The iPhone 17e is a pretty great device. However, for the iPhone 18, I thought that would mean going back to 60 hertz, losing ProMotion, and even potentially losing the dynamic island, though I don't think any of that is going to happen. Though there will be a reduction in screen brightness, whereas the iPhone 17 goes up to 3,000 nits when you're outdoors. The iPhone 18 could go probably back down to 2,000 or 1,000 nits. So I'm hoping that Apple doesn't get rid of ProMotion with the iPhone 18. We are still expected a split sort of release, a staggered release. Later this year in September, we're expected to get the iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, and also the iPhone Air 2nd Gen, or potentially the iPhone Fold. If we do, next year in the spring, we're going to get the iPhone 18, iPhone 18e, and iPhone Air 2nd generation. The iPhone Air is the thinnest iPhone by Apple. It was what we thought would be the iPhone Slim, but it is pretty much a thinner iPhone. We are also expected to see the 20th anniversary iPhone as well, but we're going to see that probably later next year. So with the 20th anniversary iPhone, the display is expected to not have as many bezels. It's expected to wrap around pretty much the sides of the iPhone to be flush with the frame. So we are expecting that with the iPhone 20 or the 20th anniversary iPhone. We are also expecting some new iPads. We are also expected some new iPads as well. We're expected probably the iPad 12th generation. We still haven't gotten that yet. We probably could see it hopefully at the end of this year. We are also expected an update to the iPad mini, and that is what I'm trying to get hopefully on this channel. I will be able to review the latest iPad mini 7th generation and test out that jelly scroll issue and see if it is still there. But hopefully the iPad mini 8th gen, which is what we're expecting with the A19 chip, and also an OLED display, fixes the jelly scroll issue. Basically, what jelly scroll is if you have, say, the iPad mini and you go to a web page here, basically when you scroll, one side of the display would scroll faster than the other. That was a common issue with the iPad mini. In fact, the issue was common that they gave it a name, jelly scroll. That was a common issue with the iPad mini 6th generation, and it is somewhat still an issue with the iPad mini 7. But when I review that device, hopefully when I do get it, when I save up, I will mention that and see if that iPad is in, or see if that device does have the jelly scrolling issue that a lot of people said that it has. Because that is a common issue on the iPad mini, and hopefully it is fixed with the iPad mini 8th generation. As far as releases from Apple, when to expect the next update, well, iOS 26.5 RC has been out, and I've been using it for, I would say, about 2.5 days at this point, probably 2 days. So I would hopefully expect the update the week of May 11th. And this time around, I'm actually hoping that Apple drops another update for even people that's on the RC, because there is a serious bug on the iPad involving the Pride Harmony or the Pride Luminance wallpapers. Basically, when I would go into the wallpapers on the iPad, it would basically respring my iPad. And how I'm screen recording right now, I'm not even able to do that on the iPad showing those wallpapers. As I've already mentioned, I posted the video on Discord and X, and also posted on YouTube as well, the wallpaper bug on the iPad. So hopefully Apple fixes that issue in iOS 26.5, the public release. So the current build number for iOS 26.5, if I go into it here, the current build number here is 23F75. I'm hoping Apple changes that build number to 23F77 or 23F76, because we need that fix for the iPad with the Pride Luminance wallpaper, as it is disappointing that I'm not even able to set the new wallpaper, as there is 12 of them. I can use the wallpaper on the iPhone, but I cannot use it on the iPad, as it will respring the device or crash it back to the lock screen. Or if I'm screen recording, it will basically do a mini restart, the loading logo, and then it will basically go back to the lock screen. So Apple does need to fix that issue within iPadOS 26.5 RC, and I've also submitted the bug in the feedback app. And the RC is still technically considered a beta, so if you are having bugs, make sure you report them in the feedback app. I did report it in the feedback app. So if you are having bugs on the RC, make sure you go ahead and report that in the feedback app. That's what it's there for if you are a beta tester. So after iOS 26.5 releases, we'll get iOS 27 and hopefully get the public beta in July. I'm not putting the beta on my main iPhone 14, not until probably the week of August 30th or August 31st. Last year, I installed iOS 26 public beta 5 or beta 8, and I'm doing the exact same thing this year. However, I will be installing iOS 27 beta on my iPhone 12, however. So either way, I will still be showing iOS 27 and all of the features that it has to offer. As far as anything else, that's it for this week's Apple recap regarding some of the latest rumors for iOS 27, the iPhone 18. Hopefully, we don't lose any of those features with the 18 and we still get promotion even if Apple lowers the brightness to make costs more affordable. Hopefully, Apple doesn't downgrade the iPhone 18 too much, as I am looking forward to seeing what's new with the 18 and an upgrade from the 17. I won't be able to review the iPhone, but you guys already got an iPhone review with my iPhone 14. And I'm hopefully planning to review an iPad, a new iPad, hopefully on this channel, the iPad mini A17 Pro. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. I'm Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.